Hi there, and welcome to Blame It on the Inverts. I'm Sean. Today, I'm at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo, California. You know, my first and only visit to this park was about 3.5 years ago. I'm so excited to be back. And I still actually have a few roller coaster credits to collect, so I'm gonna start there. Let's head in. That first visit to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom was during my Too Cool for Kiddie Coasters era. So I started my credit collecting at Roadrunner Express. The park's newest coaster was still under construction during my last visit, so I headed there next. Sidewinder Safari is a spinning wild mouse coaster by the Italian manufacturer Zamperla. Its layout is very similar to the Plur coaster I rode on my birthday last year at the Oregon State Fair, and I really enjoyed my credit ride. The last coaster credit to gather during this visit was the Flash, Vertical Velocity, a unique Intamin impulse coaster that was closed during my first visit. That angled forward spike has always intrigued me, and I was so excited to finally get to experience it for myself. I just had my first ride on Flash Vertical Velocity. You can see the angled forward spike behind me. This is the third impulse coaster I think I've shown you on this channel. However, this is the only one that has that angled forward spike like that. But when it first opened, the spike was vertical, just like the rest of them. Now, a year after it opened, the city actually made them make some changes to the roller coaster because there was an ordinance that said that roller coasters had a maximum height of 150 feet tall. Flash was slightly taller. So after a year of operation, they cut the back spike to be 150 feet tall exactly, and they angled the forward spike instead of that vertical spike. Now, I got my first ride in the second row towards the front of the train. After that first launch, you're just hanging there waiting for the train to start going backwards into the station. That was wild. Oh, I can't wait for my next ride. Ugh. With the credit cleanup done, I was excited to revisit the other coasters in the park and see if my thoughts had changed with almost 500 new coaster credits since my last visit. Flash was credit 609, and Joker, which you see in the back, was credit 120, and I still considered it to be one of my higher ranked RMC coasters. Joker's twisting first drop is fun every time, and I'm an absolute sucker for a layout that wraps all around itself. I'm very happy to report that Joker stood the test of time, and I'm eagerly anticipating my next rides on one of my favorite RMC hybrids. Another one of my favorites in the park, to no one's surprise, is Medusa, the B&M floorless coaster. I love Medusa's layout, and she rides so smooth for a 25-year-old coaster. Medusa also was just repainted last year and looks absolutely fantastic. The other coasters in the park's collection include Kong, my very first suspended looping coaster by Vekoma, which I thought was really unique until I learned how many of these with the same layout had actually been made. Cobra, a family coaster by German manufacturer Zierer, known for their longer coaster trains. Some Zierer coasters also feature low-to-the-ground moments, which really enhance the ride experience. Boomerang, a standard boomerang coaster model by Vekoma, which is surprisingly the first boomerang I've shown you on this channel. According to RCDB.com, there were 53 boomerangs made by Vekoma, including one I grew up riding at Knott's Berry Farm. Knott's replaced their boomerang with hang time, but I always enjoy riding a boomerang for the nostalgia, and have 11 in my credit count, including the first one ever to open at Bellewaerde in Belgium. The final two coasters are located back in the DC Universe area of the park, and are also models with many installments around the world, starting with Batman the Ride, a 4D free-spinning coaster by US manufacturer S&S Worldwide. And Superman Ultimate Flight, a Premier Rides Skyrocket 2. This is the third Skyrocket 2 I've shown on this channel. However, the first with only 2 cars on its train instead of 3. Both train lengths are great, but I do prefer the 3-car trains and the extra forces you feel being pulled down to earth by the rest of the train ahead of you. Thank you so much for joining me for my day here at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. I hope you enjoyed watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can follow me along with my journeys. I'll see you at another park soon.